How's it going? We're gonna do some Pokemon Coliseum Corruptions in a little bit. I'm gorging myself on candy corn because they had a 70% off sale, and I love me some candy corn. And yeah, we'll get started here in about a minute or two. Otherwise, enjoy the Pokemon music. That's actually good timing. I'm ready to go. So, we are going to pull up our Dolphin window here. And let me quickly send out a test message here. Perfect. Everything looks live and ready to go. So for anyone who's unfamiliar with how I format my streams, I like beginning the entire stream by doing sort of an introduction to either the real-time corruptor or the Windows glitch harvester, in case we're using the latter. Teaching you maybe a little bit of how to corrupt, give you an idea of how I do things, and then from there we'll just sort of rapid prototype corruptions until we get to the end. Another thing that I do like doing is creating a stockpile, and that stockpile will be uploaded at the end of the stream, either the day of or the next day. And it's just a stockpile of all the corruptions that we made this stream, just so we have something, we can record and give back to other people, like, hey, you want to check out the stockpile we made, you can feel free, you can re-roll those corruptions, you can play them in a video if you want to, do what you want to do with them. So we'll go through all the windows that are on the left here. We have a couple sliders, we have whatever stash history is, stockpile manager. We'll go over that once we get started. In the meantime, I'm going to pull up my copy of Pokemon Coliseum, and we'll see if OBS is nice with us today and actually records the game. It won't, so give me a quick sec here. I have a trick that brings up the emulation. It's the craziest thing ever. So I use a modified version of Dolphin called Nary's Mod. And that has to run in Direct3D 11 as the graphic renderer. If you try switching to a different renderer like OpenGL, it will crash, which I've just done here. So it crashed, and then now it's relaunching in Direct3D 11, and once it relaunches like that, boom, we have the emulation. Oh, we're not playing Smash Bros. Though. We're doing Pokemon Coliseum. See who grabs it. Still no luck? Oh, I love you, OBS. Let me do that one more time. Anyways, that's a trick for getting it working, just in case anyone else runs into that trouble. Switch your graphics renderer, run it, let it crash on you, rerun the program, open the game again, shoot. I wish you could do this before stream, but unfortunately, there we go, perfect. As soon as you hit the start streaming button, everything kind of gets messed up. But here we are, Pokemon Coliseum. And I'm trying to decide where I'd like to create my first save state. I'm thinking doing it directly within a battle, so then we can see, let me turn that down a tiny bit, so we can see the moves, how they get affected by the corruptions. Then again, I'd also like to mess with the single player campaign, so I'm unsure. Let me just take a couple moments here in the single player campaign and take a look to see if we feel like corrupting that, or if we just go straight to a battle. We don't have to worry about the whole campaign thing. Name. I'd actually love to corrupt this. It's this opening cinematic. But we'll leave it be for the time being. Actually, yeah! No, let's actually corrupt this opening scene, so I'm gonna real quick do that. I'm gonna restart. And I'm gonna make a save state right at the beginning there, and then I'll go over how to create corruptions and whatnot. Oh, Dolphin. Right, there we go. I'm gonna fast forward a little bit here. And I gotta decide where I'm gonna make the save state, so give me a moment here while I do that. Now we're just gonna do a name, we'll just stick with boy. I'm gonna wait a couple seconds. I want it to be where they're in that room. Right there. So if you see, we can reload this, and it keeps going back to the same spot in the game, which is perfect. Pause this real quick. In the background, I have sort of a resized and modified version of the Windows Glitch Harvester on the left there, so you can't see a lot of the stuff behind the scenes, mostly because it, it has some unnecessary stuff to look at. But I'm going to browse my directories, and I'm going to locate that save state within my version of Dolphin. So let me grab that real quick. Save state is now loaded into the Windows Glitch Harvester. And now we're just going to do a real quick test corruption. We're not going to send a lot of data, just to make sure everything works alright. So I'm going to hit blast target. And you'll notice that the emulator jumped back to our save state appropriately. Now we're going to do that again. I want to wait until I see some save states up here. There we go. Now things are working properly, and you'll see a bunch of numbers appear in the stash history. And what that's referring to is it's a save state that we created with a blast layer applied to it. A blast layer is just a fancy way of saying a bunch of memory writes to the ROM. So essentially it's the corruption applied to that save state. And we noticed, I mean, we can play it right here. We have this save state loaded with the corruption quote unquote applied. Oh, I gotta inject on select. And you'll notice there's not anything special going on here. Maybe our corruption wasn't big enough. Maybe this is a pre-rendered scene and we can't mess with it too much. We'll find out which is which. So now we're going to mess with some of these sliders that's on here on the left. We're mostly concerned with the starting address and the intensity slider. Now the intensity slider refers to how many memory writes you corrupt. So given a starting address, you're going to write a bunch of data to that starting address. And of course, starting address is where you would like to corrupt on the ROM. So like say, this is the very beginning of the ROM, usually system functions hang out there. A little bit forward, we get maybe the models are located, maybe the map, maybe the music. And from there, I'm kind of guessing on what is left. And then we have all the way at the end of the ROM, where usually there's just meaningless data sent at the end of the disk. So we're going to start off just a little bit past the beginning. We don't want to corrupt system functions because we do lead to constant crashes when we do that. But we're going to go a little bit forward. 390,000 seems fairly appropriate. 390,000? 3 million? I can't read that. Anyways, we're also going to up our intensity a little bit here. We're going up to even higher than that, like 150,000. And in just a sec, we're going to apply our first corruption. All right, here we go. So I'm going to clear my history. And now when we hit blast target, we're going to apply a fairly significant corruption, and hopefully we see something off the bat on whether we're successful in creating a useful corruption. So there we go. And nothing there. I'm just going to keep retrying. I'm going to try that again, and again, and again. And I'm not saying really anything on the screen, so that leads me to believe that I can either increase the intensity or move around that starting address to see if we can locate where else we're going to affect the scene. Something I hadn't considered, which is a possibility, is that the scene is pre-rendered, meaning maybe we're just playing a movie file or something like that, in which case we're not going to be actually able to affect the models that are being shown to us. We would only be able to corrupt the video itself, and usually video corruptions aren't very interesting. They immediately break if you're able to find out where they're located. But we'll up the intensity a bit here, and maybe move the starting address a little bit more forward. And we'll try this a couple more times. And we actually have a crash there, which is interesting. Normally we only have crashes towards the starting address, towards the 0 at the starting address, but in this case we had it fairly quickly. Luckily OBS is being kind with us, so we don't have to worry about resetting our graphic renderer. We're going to mess with these parameters a little bit more, and we're going to try blasting the target again. Yeah, I'm not seeing anything, so that leads me to believe that this is a pre-rendered scene. Yeah, it's understandable, that happens occasionally. It's hard to tell, really. So we're going to move forward. We're just going to let the cinematic play, and we'll wait until we actually have some gameplay. I do apologize about the occasional FPS drops. I usually get around a stable at 58, 59. Every once in a while, though, with a small texture or something like that, I do drop down to maybe a 52. Hope that's bearable. Oh, that just sounds like garbage. Oh, can I skip this? Can't skip this. Shit. Oh! I forgot that we applied a corruption. I didn't load a fresh save state. So, one of the corruptions did go through. We are aligned. However, we don't want to go through that cinematic every time we load it. So I'm going to load... And we also crashed. I'm going to hit F1. Oh no, we didn't crash. To load our fresh save state without the corruption applied. Unfortunately, there's no way of skipping this, is there? No. Okay, so we have to wait a little bit until we get back to that scene once more. So we were corrupting successfully, for sure, because we did see the corruptions once we started gameplay. However, we were not corrupting this cinematic pre-rendered scene. That's interesting. We know a little bit more about the game. We know the cinematic is pre-rendered, and that's cool to know. Something you can't uncover easily, unless you looked at the game's files, I guess. Also to mention, we did get sort of a stretchy graphic. It's loud, I'll wait a sec. Oh, that's so bad. We do get sort of a stretchy corruption once we started. It's probably going to be a common corruption, like a lot of stretchy character models, which is what we mostly see on Gamecube Corruptions anyways. We'll be trying to avoid a lot of those, but I'm sure if we see some interesting ones, we'll hold on to them. I am debating whether I make my first save state here, or if I make it within a battle. Also, I love the harmonica in this. No, I mean, we can do multiple stockpiles. Unfortunately, another problem with the Windows Glitch Harvester is for every save state you are required to create another stockpile. So if you have, say, 3 or 4 save states that you're working in a single game, you know, you don't have a lot of, it's a lot of control, and it's a lot to deal with when you're planning on uploading the stockpiles later. But we'll do a couple tests. So I'm going to make another save state here, in the same save slot, so I can actually just start auto-corrupting from here. And we're going to see if we get any interesting corruptions out of this. I am going to knock back the intensity back to a reasonable amount, knock back the starting address to while I'm at it. We'll see how we do from here. It's a crash. Nothing notable there, I don't believe. Another crash. A full crash, shoot. Okay. Pokemon Coliseum may not be too happy with us corrupting it, but we will persist. Now I need to wait for OBS to capture the window before I start applying a next corruption. So that doesn't jump ahead. There we go. We're gonna mess with the starting address. We'll try to pull it a little bit further. Maybe it's having a little bit of trouble being so close to the beginning. Crash. You call them soft crashes and hard crashes. That was a soft crash. There's another soft crash. Alright, let's see if we can mess with the models. We're going to move the starting address a little bit further. There's a forewarning. Forgot to mention that ahead of time. If you're susceptible to... It's a lovely sound along with this. If you're susceptible to flashing lights or loud sounds, I recommend not watching the stream. We do have a lot of flashing lights and loud sounds throughout the entire stream. It's unfortunate byproducts of corruptions. So forewarning. And with that we can continue. That's an interesting one. Notice that I missed that one, but we can always go back because it's within our save states. So if I go back 1, it only seems to last a second. Oh no, there we go. That's permanent corruption. It does. Oh no, we ran into a seed. Okay, cool. So anyways, this is like a nice aesthetic. This. We're gonna move forward with something called sanitizing this corruption. Now, what sanitizing corruption means is we'll open this up in our blast editor to look at all the memory writes that we throw onto memory. You'll see there's a bunch of addresses here, and it's a lot of confusing stuff, but don't worry about it. I'll just explain this first line here at the very top. It says, for the dolphin at memory address 1281, whatever that is, it's the game's memory. We're going to set the value BF4. And that's all corruptions really are. You're just setting values at random addresses, or you're changing or incrementing values, random stuff like that, just trying to break the game. And we have so many memory writes here, we might not actually need all of them to create the corruption that we're looking for, this sort of purple effect. So what we can do is we can try removing half of those corruptions to see if we still have our perfect corruption afterwards. And by doing so, we sort of make the game a little more stable. If someone wanted to play it after the fact, maybe they wanted to play the entire game with this purple corruption on it, they could. Because we're not corrupting something random along the line that might crash the game. So we're going to give that a go. We're going to click randomly disable half the corruptions. You know, see some of these don't have X's on them. Now we're going to corrupt and execute. And you'll notice that the train isn't purple anymore. So that tells us that the half that we disabled actually contains the corruption that we're looking for. So we can invert the ones we disabled to select the other half of that stockpile, and now corrupt and execute. And you'll notice that the train is purple in this case, so now we can remove the ones we disabled. And now up here it says we're down to 27 memory writes. Now we continue in that fashion until we have maybe just 1 or 2 memory writes left. And I'll just do that quickly here. And there we go, we have a single memory write. When we write the value C04 to memory address 28900, whatever, we create this purple effect. So now I'm going to send that to our stash, which is our pile of save states that we have. It's at the bottom here. And from that, I'm going to throw it onto our stockpile because I'd like to keep this corruption. So I'm going to name it Purple Aesthetic. You'll see it on here on the stockpile. I can click on that to load that corruption. So after the fact, if you say imported this corruption stockpile into your own version of Dolphin, you can load this corruption without problem. And now that we have a nicely sanitized corruption with no extra fat on the end, it's just a perfect purple effect, we can try re-rolling that corruption. And what re-rolling is if we open up the blast editor here, you'll notice that we set the value C04, as stated here. We can change the value that we set to that memory address to create different effects. Maybe this, maybe this specific memory write does the purple color itself, so maybe it's changing what color is being applied to all these objects. Maybe if we change that value, it can be a different color. Let's see. So we're going to try re-rolling it, this bottom right button here. And we're going to do that a couple times. And it looks like we're only getting either no effects or purple effects. So possibly that's not the color being stored, maybe it's some kind of mapping, something along the lines of that. Either way, we're not noticing any change to the corruption when we re-roll it. So we can now clear out a history, and we'll see if we can achieve another corruption. So we're going to start fresh here. This one's a crash. This one, we removed the floor coloration. And we also get a random encounter. We can re-roll that last one we just did. That's kind of interesting looking. I'm not going to throw it on the stockpile. Now once I get through explaining things a couple times, we'll go a lot faster through here. I just like explaining it the first couple times in case anyone's new. So we'll try a fresh one here. That's kind of neat looking. Still controllable too. Alright, actually let's take a look at that one again. And without actually sanitizing the corruption, you can still re-roll it, but if you want to re-roll something very specific, I would recommend sanitizing it. But let's see if we can get any other effects out of this. No, a lot of the same. Alright, we'll move forward. Another crash. Too. We're getting a lot of the same stuff here and there, so I'm going to try changing the starting address, see if we can corrupt a different part of memory, and we'll blast the target again. This one we got a super small guy there. Gamecube Coliseum does not seem like it likes to be corrupted a lot, but we'll keep trying here. As long as it's just soft crashes, it's not a problem. Hard crashes are a little tricky to work with, where Dolphin actually closes down and you have to restart the program. Try messing with the alignment, something you can't see on the screen. That sounds terrible. A little bit of blackness over here. Some shadows are, looks like it messed up a little bit. We're going to try to bring our starting address even further. We might be outside the bounds of actual model corruptions, because it doesn't look like we're getting any more of those at the moment. We're going to try going closer to the beginning, go about here. Worried about crashing, but it should be alright. How about that? A purple random one again. Hey, thank you for the follow, Smoke Cardboard. Appreciate it. Alright, since I'm not getting a lot of corruptions here, let's try a battle corruption. We do have to load our fresh save state. We're going to do that here. I should make that notification sound a little bit louder, that's too quiet. It's a corrupted Game Boy Color sound effect. So start our first battle. Let's not do it in story mode. Let's go out of story mode. Full lens. Exit. Doesn't want to exit. Alright. We will stop the emulation and restart it. But if you manually stop it, OBS doesn't like recording it. Lots of quirks, unfortunately. But here we go. Reload it with OpenGL, let it manually crash, open again with 3D11, run it again, and then, by the power of magic, Nintendo. Alright, from here we are going to fast forward a little bit. And unfortunately, since we are switching save states, we are going to lose our current stockpile. I could save that stockpile and throw it, you know, along with that save state. It's a lot more work to make a bunch of directories though. So I'm going to go just to the battle scene. Hopefully you get a little more luck with that. So we're going to do just a battle now. Just a normal single battle. Yeah, I'm happy with this. Do a Psyduck team, that's always neat. And Grimer. I will get a little bit of FPS drops while we begin this. The Psyduck, we're gonna do Grimer, and let's do Cyndaquil. I have no clue what they chose. I didn't even look at their team. We're gonna create a save state as soon as we are, I guess, attacking. So as soon as we throw out attack. Then we have a couple things going on at once, which would be interesting to look at. I'll side deck one first. Let's do. I think water pools good. Or Psybeam. We'll do water pools. Okay, so I'm ready with my save state. As I hit save state. There we have a couple seconds, and then we'll be able to mess with that effect, I believe. I think that's good. So that is already pre-selected within the Windows Glitch Harvester, so we can actually begin immediately. I'm going to clear our history here. I'm going to remove. Oh, that's funny, that even works still. I'm going to remove this corruption out of the stockpile. And we can start fresh here. I'm going to blast the target with All the parameters look good? Yeah. Red blast targeter. And we get a crash. That's unfortunate. Alright. We will reload here. Luckily we have a save state now, so we can just jump straight to it as soon as OBS picks up our file. There we go. So jump straight back to it. We might want to mess with the starting address a little bit. Bring it up a tad. We can mess with the intensity some more too. Purple screens. Also freeze. Chew. Coliseum absolutely does not like us corrupting it. Even load new state. Here we go. Bring the intensity down like that much. Just have to find the sweet spot. Move the intensity up some more. Like a weird sound going on in the background. Here we go. The FPS is terrible, and I don't know why, but Psyduck is glorious. Can we reload this at a better frame rate? No, it's just stuck like that. I don't know why the frame rate is awful. Let's try rerolling and see if we can fix that. No, it is inevitably terrible. Maybe if we don't do it during an attack, let's wait till after the attack. That'd be a pretty good look at it. Might be too many effects for loading at once. Try one just here. See if we can mess with the Pokemon in this state. Hey Wasabi, how you doing? Shoot, there's a crash. Pokemon's Coliseum does not like to be corrupted. That is what I'm finding out so far. But we will find its sweet spot and we will get some corruption out of this. How was your stream, Wasabi? Did you I saw you streaming a little bit earlier. Oh shoot, another crash too. You're doing 1 hour, 1 life. I have got to pick up that game. I've yet to play it. Although I know I've seen plenty of gameplay for it and it looks fantastic. We may have some core system functions in the region that I was just messing with, just due to so many crashes in that region. Which leads me to believe maybe the models are looking at a different part of it. Got another crash there. Shoot. These are hard crashes, which is unfortunate, so difficult to recover from. It takes a couple seconds, but doable. Okay, we're gonna try changing the starting address some more. We're not seeing too much, sadly. Might need to switch gears here and swap to a Game Boy or Game Boy Advance game. I know I've got some spare Game Boy Advance, spare Game Boy games available. I can always give those a try. I can't tell. I think we have Crash here. We will eventually get there. Hopefully. If we don't, then we'll try a different game. I also believe I have Sunshine readied up, so I can also do Sunshine at some point. Do I have that in... I do have it in Dolphin right now, so we can also do Sunshine in maybe 10 to 20 minutes if we don't get any luck here. Sunshine corrupts very nice. Very nicely. Nintendo is fantastic for their stability. They don't have these atrocious corruptions. You know, I'm edging towards it. Kinda wanna load Sunshine. what do we say we try some sunshine? I'm gonna close off. Let me rename the stream real quick. We're gonna switch to sunshine. Only because that is just, we're not gonna have any progress with Coliseum because it's so crash heavy. Yeah, let's load the game real quick here. I have to force Dolphin to crash itself so I can load up sunshine. There we go. Let me rename the stream real quick. I don't know where I am in the game. I think I was just finishing up the first part where you get to the docks. I think it's still the first mission. Corrupting Mario Sunshine. Here we go. That won't update on Twitch or YouTube. I'm guaranteed of it. Guaranteed. Let's see this. It will not update on Twitch.
Super Mario Sunshine! Woohoo!
Pokemon did not corrupt well at all. I think I got one decent corruption out of it. No matter what I did, I could not find either a sweet spot for the corruption. Like, it seemed like any starting address I moved to instantly either went into a crash or would not do anything. I'm not sure why that is. I mean, there's something going on behind the scenes that either it's extremely stable, so it knows there's something wrong with the emulation, and it will crash immediately, or it's just so, like, finicky and barely works as is that as soon as there's something wrong, it crashes as well. He was a floppy blanket for a second. That was a very good observation. Which I think was the pinnacle of that a little bit. We're gonna have much better luck with Sunshine now, I'm sure. Mario Sunshine. See if Twitch will actually update this time. I doubt it. I cannot stand updating Twitch titles. It never works. Let's see if it worked. Yep, okay, kinda worked. Probably good. I'm gonna start with here. Oh, we want to do gameplay. We haven't seen anything yet tonight. Let's get into some actual gameplay corruptions. Keep some people interested.
Quite an unusual device.
I finished the beginning here, it looks like. I skipped. Nope. Alright, ready to turbo here for a second.
Court is now in session.
Here guys, nice going cardboard and wasabi.
Expert shine scholars have determined that this darkness has arisen because all of our guardians, the shine sprites, have vanished from the gathering spot at the shine pit. The reason? It's quite obvious.
I haven't checked on Diablo Immortal today. Like, results of that. I'm keeping track of it for the past couple days. Man, that division's running into some trouble for sure. And this is not happy. If anyone actually wants to watch this, I can go back and replay it, but I'm sure plenty of you guys have actually seen this intro. And this is all it's complete. Just a heads up on that. No, I don't want to hear your explanation again. I guess I'll actually finish the mission where you like track down the guy and he steals Princess Peach. Shoot. Oh, we'll just corrupt the scene before that then. Okay, so the performance is 22 FPS. We'll find a better part of this to corrupt. Is that manageable? 22 FPS. Yeah, it's doable. It's not terrible. We might run into some FPS drops when we actually do corruptions. But I'm happy enough here. So I'm gonna make a quick save state. Face this wall. I'm actually gonna do this. So we're gonna make a save state. We're going to target that save state within the Windows push out circuit. Oh, which one's the target? Just like. Yeah, I don't know about the FPS. It catches up. It catches up eventually. I'll remove the starting address way down. Way down. Intensity, moderate amount. And yeah, let's boss that target. A little bit of a sound corruption there, some visuals. We'll move the starting address up a little bit more. Also got one... And there's the FPS drop. Waiting for that. So we have the ocean. Ground. That's kind of neat. I'm sorry about the FPS problems though. I hope they subside in one way or another. Maybe there's another... I'm trying to remember the first world that you jump into, like the painting that he makes on the wall of the statue. Is that any better in terms of FPS? I don't believe so. No, I'm not gonna make a look out there, we'll stick to the square. They have long pants? Oh, I didn't see that. Mario's, very red, except for his face. Is there a zoom? I don't think there is, sadly. I kinda wish there was, though. Oh, don't do that. I don't like that. There we go. I don't think we're gonna make a stockpile this stream, we're just gonna fuck around. Claymation edition, that's a good way to put it. It's got a claymation aesthetic to it. This one, Flood, is just... It's a Mario Super Glider. Super Glider. Let's see. Oh my god! Mario, your hat! Or your hair. Oh, I feel like I need no clip just to take a closer look at this guy's face. Also, one of his eyes is messed up. Stop looking around. Stop it. Oh. Cold War. Like those water sounds in your ear? That's how gravity do? Yeah, it looks like its head was being pulled down by gravity. Is this Sunshine ASMR edition? Sounds like Sunshine ASMR edition. Oh god! It goes into infinity. God. No more music. Oh, upside down. So are these pants? These attached to his legs. Oh, just everything's gone. Long hat, Matthew. Oh, he only has one eye. He's a Cyclops. Oh, God. It's weird. Like, one instrument is boosted, and it's like his clanging metal sound. Oh, I love it. Little messed up music. We're gonna mess with the starting address, bring it a little closer to home. We're up the intensity a bit too. Yeah, let's give that a go. It kind of tilts in the wrong direction when you go in a circle. Why don't you tilt that way, Mario? Oh, Jesus. What's wrong with this guy? Get tremors, man? I fixed him. You're welcome, you don't have to yell at me, Jesus. I fixed his shakes. He's having a stroke. God, I was gonna say, stroke, seizure, something along that nature. It's cool, like, dark aesthetic for this one. Oh! Too bad! Oh, God! Oh, that sound was perfect. Oh my god. Sorry, what's... It's like Think Mario. I'm sure there's fan art about this somewhere. I mean, look at this guy. Look at that. Look at Flood. Oh my god. Oh, I can go inside here now. Nope. Maybe not. I love music corruptions. This is like a good music corruption. Electric steel guitar on it. Or whatever that instrument is, I don't know which one that is. These are the kind of corruptions I'm looking for. Unfortunately with the Coliseum we weren't getting anything. But actually, we could probably start saving some of these. Even though the FPS is not good. We can save a couple. This one. We're gonna just... No, I don't want to save this one. I would throw this on the stockpile and call it Super Mario Galaxy, but we'll keep moving on. We'll find some good ones. This one Mario's missing an eye again, but this time he has an eyebrow. Or no, he's part of an eye. He's just a little squinty. He's a little mad. He has a twitch. Alright. So this is a good time to show what the Windows Glitch Harvester and the Blast Editor is all about. We can try sanitizing this corruption to get a little bit of better effects. I'd like to keep Mario if possible. So, we have a lot of memory rights here. We actually have 1,500 memory rights. We're going to try deleting half of them. Also, let me turn that sound down for you guys. There we go. And we still have the music corruption. We still have the sort of black background. I like both of those, so we're going to save those. Keep moving on. This one we have Mario, but no black background. This one we have sound, but vice versa. I don't think we're going to be able to keep Mario. At least we can have his invisible form move around a little bit. Got some, like, slapstick sound effects in there, too. Yeah. We don't need to sanitize the entire corruption, we can pull that good. Just because I don't want to spend too much time on this. So we'll send it to the stash like this. We'll throw it on the stockpile, and we'll label it Cursed. Mario's wet bed. And yeah, I can't put a note on that one because Windows Glitch Harvester doesn't allow for notes. So we'll call that good. We'll blast another target and apply another corruption. Oh, we actually crashed there, interesting enough. So we will reload real quick. We have the save state set, so we can just jump right back to it. There we go. Got a second crash in a row. Alright, we're going to mess with some of those dials here in a sec. We don't run into that anymore. We're going to bring the starting address a little bit up. And reload. There we go. There goes the dinner plate. Nice, bring that sound back up a little bit. Got some lens flare. Oh, of course. When you turn your FOV all the way up on any game, like a shooter. I kinda like that, let's throw that on. I'm not even gonna worry about sanitizing the corruptions. If you're interested on why you should sanitize your corruptions, check out any of my other videos that aren't GameCube ones, because those are a little tricky to sanitize. We're gonna call this FOV turned up. Up to FOV max. How about that? We can reroll that corruption to see if we get a different effect out of it. This one we get an upside down effect. Interesting upside down effect. Actually, the same one again. Some neat, like, flashing on the screen. So what was that? Extending into the sky? God. Alright, we're gonna do a fresh corruption here. Oh! Mario, your neck! Oh no! They made him clean up the entire island. One man can clean up the entire Delfino Island. His neck had had enough. Even the music is messed up. Alright, we're gonna call it Mario Snaps His Neck. Easy enough. Let's try rerolling that and see if we can mess up his head a little bit more. Yep. Yeah. Unhandled exception. Thanks, Dolphin. Continue. Don't throw out our stockpile. That's so bad. Come on. Alright, let's try a fresh corruption. Oh, that's neat looking. Like a sunshine on a CRT. And that's what I'm gonna call this. Sunshine on a CRT. And let's try rerolling that. Probably getting a lot of the same effect, but maybe different variations. Oh, that's kind of new. We had a chocolate, flood. I was gonna say glad, that's not the same. Mario was a line? I don't know where he is. Ooh, loud, alright. Love that. Love it. Alright, we're stopping that. Fresh corruption. Very nice ocean sounds. Ocean Man. I'm not gonna sing the whole thing. Alright, let's mess with the starting address some more. We're gonna drag it more outwards. Alright, dig the beat. I dig the tunnel that's right here that I can enter in. He runs so fast. We'll call this, I don't know how to spell Delfino. I don't want to go, but the FPS will drop even worse. We'll call it Sunshine Subway. Try rerolling that. More music corruptions. I dig the music ones. Still got the subway here. The tunnel. Not Quick Mario anymore though. This is Quick Mario. This is actually a little bit more playable too. See more stuff on screen. But no subway, sadly. Alright, we will start a fresh one. Last target. Mario is once again Leela from Futurama. I see if my push to talk active. I don't even know. I gotta turn off push to talk. I'm sorry, are we talking to Peach? What? What's happening? Oh, yes, Peach. Lines. Of course. I totally agree. Awesome. Also, look at those hips. Look at those Mario hips. Oh no, that's Flood. Or no, it's Mario. We're good. Like the veil of sunlight that's ahead of us that we're running into. Great. Oh, of course, yes, Peach. I'm okay after all. Why did we have to go to the skybox to say that? Why is this guy so dark? Yeah, we're up there anyways. We would know. Oh, yeah, Mario. Just go ahead and look up. That's why we were looking up there. Mario's head is infinitely broken. That's the only way Peach can communicate with him. Oh, but he's okay when he has to use Flood. That snaps him into place. God. Yeah. What even is this? Dude, this is one worth sanitizing. Because Mario not being here isn't interesting. The interesting thing is that FOV. We'll see if we can narrow down to the FOV and get Mario back. Here we go, that's perfect. That's exactly what we wanted. Now, normally we would continue sanitizing from here. Do we need to? Not necessarily, I'm going to, just in case of this one. Until I run into some pushback. Well, this like fish lens. It's that this sort of reminds me of. It's not quite a fish lens, but kind of that effect. That reminds me, there was like this project. All I remember is seeing Doom on this project, but it was this like either 180 or 360 FOV where the entire screen was your entire 360 direction. I'm gonna find a video about what that was, but it looks super interesting where essentially all your corners are covered and you can see completely behind you on the monitor. It just has a sort of a warped look. Again, Gino? Thanks, Gino. Anyways, yeah, this is neat, like, looking FOV thing. Sorry, I'm getting notifications here and there. Alright, we have a single corruption that we're going to throw on the stockpile. We'll call this Fisheye. And let's try rerolling that corruption. we have upside down world. Upside down world close up. Super close. Super close up. Lots of camera effects. And this is one of the reasons that it was nice to sanitize that corruption, is we get just camera effects. We're not getting any other like visual things going on, no other mechanical things going on. We can just see what that memory address we wrote to does. And I think we got the best of the bunch with our sort of fisheye effects, so I think we're going to stick with that. Because this looks amazing. Look how much you can see. You can see so much with this. This is the only way to play Sunshine. Anyway. Also, I don't know what the black box is. I guess that's our original view. Anyway. We are going to start a fresh corruption. Clear the stockpile. Sorry, clear the stash history. Oh, God! What was that? Let me... We're gonna go back. Hopefully that wasn't too loud. I have a limiter on the stream. It's very loud for me. This is like screaming in my ear. Alright, let's move on. That hurts my ears so much. Do Mario? Did you fall on the floor for? Oh, everyone does it. Just one of the crowd. So this one we're going to sanitize a little bit as well. I would like to get rid of that sort of tearing effect that's going on with Mario. So we're going to do that real quick. I kind of like the lack of music. There's a problem with sanitizing corruptions. It's that you gotta choose which part of the corruption you want to keep unless you're very patient. Like this one is the music corruption we would want to keep. But we want both effects happening at the same time. I don't think we're gonna get that lucky. In this case we are, so we can disable it by half, but how lucky are we gonna get? Oh, actually pretty lucky. Yeah, twice in a row. I'm gonna call it good. I don't want to spend too long on this, so we're gonna send it to the stash. And the stash will throw it on the stockpile. We'll call this Mario Trips. Literal meaning, because he's stripping the entire time. We'll re-roll. Anything else interesting out of that? Yeah, kind of. That's it's too bad he's not in one place. Oh, and there's the other guys. They're extending into infinity too. All right. Reroll. Blood's kind of freaking out. Wow, you're right there, Flood. Kind of busted a gasket a little bit. That big default, I kind of want to keep that, because then... Yeah. And then we use Flood, and then it becomes insanely broken. Nah, we won't keep it. We gotta get enough one already. Let's blast a new target. Another good, very good FOV. Go that one now. Is that out? He looks like he's wearing a golf hat. If I can get a good angle on him. You Twitch limiter? I apologize, my ears. Mario's a pancake. A very quick pancake too. Look at him run. This is the fastest pancake you see in the Wild Wild West. I don't rush now. Alright, let's try this corruption. Sanitized a bit so I don't have to hear that awful sound ever again. Because my ears bleed. I gotta turn down my volume. Yes, there we go. We just have Mario as a pancake. Oh, I didn't think about jumping. Oh my god. His head is flattened. He's just a very small man. And there's nothing wrong with that. With a very small liquid squid. Oh, I love it. Look at him pitter patter around. I would love to play the entirety of Sunshine with this little guy. He's like a cockroach. I gotta remember to clip this. I love it. Be free, little cockroach. Oh, he swims too. I'm afraid that his paper body will dissolve in the water. Oh no, he's okay. He scuttles back to his corner. I haven't been so happy with the corruption in a while. This is very, very good corruption. It isn't even that amazing, it's just, it sounds neat. I like the little pitter patters. Alright, everyone. I'm gonna throw this up the stockpile. We'll call this Mario the Cockroach. Did I spelled that right? A reroll. Oh, there we go. There's that sound I love. Alright, we're gonna move on so I don't have to hear that anymore. That was that close-up I was looking for. Nope. Oh, there we go. Come on. Yes! Ascend, brother Mario. Ascend to the heavens. Does he spray water the entire time too? Yeah, he does. Huh. Can I jump? Oh, yeah, he can jump. Wow, does this actually reach that height? I don't even know an object I can jump onto that would prove it. Anyway, cool looking. Very cool. I didn't try that when I was in cockroach form. Oh, I didn't see the proper cockroach. Oh, did I? No, I didn't. Shoot, I gotta real quick save that. It was probably on the stash, actually. If we go back. Wait. Maybe it was on the stash. Okay, we can. We'll go through this once more. This is TechSupportSparky. Alright, this is it. We just never sent it to the stash. Alright. Send it to the stash. I'm glad I checked. From the stash, now throw it on the stockpile. Call it Mario's cockroach. Or the cockroach. Get the old one. Load the new one. There we go. It's also kind of a crab. Where the crab? Where's the crab look? Okay, I'm sorry, I just wanted to hear the little pitter patter some more. And the guitar player is a little bit off. That's kind of when you hear like a guitar player and they're just playing along to a song that doesn't necessarily like need them to play right then. That's what it sounds like right now. It's great, I love it. There's a box here. Is that the door? Mario also doesn't have a torso or head. Mario the hammerhead shark. Yeah, Lakitu isn't as good at camera work as he used to be. He's trying. Parkinson's don't help too much. Oh, that was a bad joke. Ah, I feel bad. Well, okay, we had Pancake Mario, now we have Paper Mario. This is like literally Paper Mario, look at that, he's actually 2D. That's kind of neat too. But sanitizing, I like it. Sanitizing a lot more than I thought I would, because I thought the FPS would be a lot worse. It's decent, manageable. Ones that are just very simple visual corruptions are so easy to sanitize because all you have to do is glance, make sure, in this example, that his legs are crossed, like that. You can just rapidly iterate through this. we have our single memory right. Throw it onto our stash, run to the stockpile, and call this Paper Mario. Which I've never had such a fitting name for that. Let's re-roll now. See if we get anything else out of it. Yeah. Get Gigantic Mario. Got no Mario. A Mario 64 Mario. Oh, he's a, like, gelatinous mass. I like it. So out in the stockpile. We'll call it gelatin. I don't know how to spell gelatin. I don't know how to spell it. I'm guessing B-L-E-T. No. Shoot. Do it. Gelatinous Mario. I don't know what's jelly about him. He's not even jelly. He's more solid. It looks like jelly. Spin Mario. I'm gonna create an eclipse. Alright, let's reroll a little bit more. I always love when we have like an amazing corruption like the paper one. And when you reroll, if you change the value just a little bit, you get something completely different all the time, and it's always that other thing. Meaning we just got so lucky with that paper corruption. Yeah, I mean that's all there is to it. We just got very lucky. Here's another thick Mario. Do I save this? I feel like yeah, because that's a decent one. Oh, this is thick Mario. I hate doing that. We need one. It's our duty to preserve that type of corruption. Also, what's wrong with his face? Oh, it's behind. Oh. That ain't right. God. Anyways, I was saying it's our duty to preserve that type of corruption because we oh, it's our civic duty. I'm not gonna say anything else on the matter. And there's one more paper. Okay, I'm glad we at least got it again. Alright, let us do a fresh corruption. Oh, no, I don't want to look over there. Looks like Mario's across. I like his big hat that doesn't really fit his head. Very fitting of Mario. Why can't... Is there an invisible brick here? Why can't we walk away? Yeah, there's... Huh. How about that? Broke the hole there. Chocolate Mario. This is like Tokyo Drift level camera. Oh, man, I love it. Alright, kinda want to keep this one. Let's sanitize it a bit though. We'll keep the music the same. I will get rid of the corrupted music. Love it. I just picture Mario running as fast as he can forward and then just doing an insane drift. Alright. Almost there. You know, we're actually good enough we can throw this on the stockpile, I think. Yeah. So we will go to the stash. From the stash, we'll call it Mario Drift. And there we go. Got another one. Try re-rolling that. Similar effect. A little bit more intense though. We'll keep the old one. Same deal. Yeah, alright. Ooh, that one's actually super fast. Look at that. Like you see, it needs some like what do you call that, Russian dance music. Anyway. We will start a fresh one now. Also, sorry if anyone got dizzy from that. Flood has a frontal attachment. Shall we throw that one on? I think we shall, because we have that type of humor. Let us sanitize it a bit. I always want the music back, yeah, so there's not that kind of waterfall-y effect in the background. Oh, that's his belt! Yeah, look at that belt. God. Almost there. There we go. Send it to the stash, throw it on the stockpile, and we'll call this Mario's tool belt. Try re-rolling it. Flood the, wow, look at that model. The, window scraper. Instead of spraying it with water, you just kind of scrape. Oh, there's the spraying effect. Mario sweats. I think those are the two effects we're gonna get out of that. Mario's gotta stop extending his tool belt. Come on, Mario. Alright, we'll do a fresh corruption here. We head to Mario. Look at that head. It looks like a really shitty ripoff Mario. Alright. I love those specific ear corruptions. Too bad. It's too bad I love those specific ear corruptions. Mario is never far from the holy light of the cross. I haven't messed with like the starting address at all because of how lucky we've been getting. Let's mess with it a little bit. Also, I really like this hat. I almost want to keep this, but not too interesting. We're gonna mess with the starting address a little more. Bring a little forward. I think we found like the sweet spot there. Around 600,000. For that, or as I stated, Mario is just fantastic to corrupt. Any Mario game, really. No music, and Flood looks like it's suckling. We'll let the silence answer itself. Oh god. Their broken neck or broken back, Mario. Changing the starting address, we're going into like creepy territory. Music gets creepy. Weird stuff starts happening. Blood requires sustenance. What's that? Got a motorcycle starting up. Alright. Another cat Mario. Oh, this is cool. We got like a little square underneath us. Ooh. That looked neat. Let's see where we drop into. Several people have gone. Not too bad it crashed there. It looks awesome there for half a second. Like how it's drawn to the screen, but I guess we can try redrawing it. We might not have as much luck. Yeah. That's bad. Anyways, looks neat. We will start fresh though. Oh, it's still there. Kinda. It's funny, is that gray box? See that on the top left, how stuff looks normal when you look through that? So it's like that filter was just thrown on everything. Everything underneath that, like Mario right now, is like much brighter than when you throw that GUI on top. That's kinda interesting. I didn't know that. That's just the way it's drawn. Unfortunately, I can't get Mario in that box. I want to see what his face looks like. Cool though. The more you know. I don't know what to say. Ever reach a set level of happiness again? I don't know. Oh, I love it. Oh, it brings me happiness. Let's sanitize it. Oh, shoot, Windows Glitch Harvester. Just a heads up. Every once in a while, OBS does this wonderful thing where if I open a window that it hasn't drawn yet, it does this sort of background effect. So what you're seeing is the Windows Glitch Harvester window that popped up on the left here. In case you're wondering, my background is just a Dwarf Fortress reference. It's just, that's why it says die, and after. He didn't see anything after seeing a goblin die. We see at the top there's a little bit of the dolphin safe state information. Shoot, let me move that out of the way. And to the left is like a couple apps, just in case you're wondering what all that was. I hate when dolphin does that. So, there we go. And you just have to usually reload it and fix that. Alright, let's see if we can preserve this beautiful corruption. We're already doing better. He's not as quick though. I want the quick effect. And I think, let's see, we're gonna enable everything. I think with this, there's something, like maybe it was the sounds that make him sound quick. We're gonna try to really preserve this corruption if we can. Yeah, that's what we're looking for, this shaky effect. But with that weird crab position that he's in. There we go. I guess I call this one Crab Mario, because this more seems crabby than the other one. That one seems more cockroachy. Actually, I don't even know what this is. What creature is this? A very horrible one. Again, I want to get this down to bare minimum. I want to keep this corruption possible. I would want to play a game with this and the other corruption. They bring me happiness. It's like the effect he's making is like when you have a rattle toy, a rattle, you give to babies. Rattler, I think. I'm trying to just manually disable them now, figuring out which one I need to keep currently on. Oh shoot. Okay, that one I just selected. This one we must keep on. The 404 error. There we go. Make sure 404 is flicked on. Alright, there we go. We have a single effect. And now we can send it to the stash. And on the stash, throw it on the stockpile, and we'll call it... Shoot, I didn't think of a name. Yeah. Call it Mario the Crab. Usually called the other one Mario the Cockroach. And I want to play with this for a second. Alright, let's try re-rolling it a couple times. See what we get out of it. This was just Ghost Mario. Super high jump height though, look at that. I like this one, but I don't know what to name it. Like a mangled corpse of Mario. Look at that. It really is just a mangled corpse of him. All thrown into a ball. We can maybe the ghost of Mario's corpse. Look at that. It's not very creative because it's just a reroll of a very similar corruption, but I kind of like how it looks, so we're gonna keep it. Alright, try rerolling a little bit more. This one's actually, is this one? This one's a better corpse because you see his face. Do I like that better though? Let's see. Yeah, I like the eyes better, so let's throw that instead onto the stockpile. So you can see a little bit of the eyes. There we go. Reroll some more. Yep, we're gonna save this in just a sec. I do want to verify. Okay, that one didn't seem to work at first. Alright. We're gonna save this. I don't know what to name this, but I don't even know what this horrid object even is. Roadkill. That's what it reminds me of, because when he's just sitting there, it looks like roadkill. Actually pours in the right direction. Oh, I love it. Alright, let's re-roll a little more. This is just the corruption that keeps on giving. That is for sure. There it is again. I like the other one better because it's a little bit smaller. Yeah. It never ends. It never ends. What do we call this thing? Oh, Mario. I'm so sorry. What do we call this? Mario the Giant? That's not clever. What's this thing look like? It looks like an abomination. I know. Giant Abomination. How about that? That's a fitting name. I also want to make sure all these are working properly. So there. Roadkill. The ghost of Mario's corpse. Mario the crab. And Mario the cockroach. Yep. Great. Look at that giant abomination. Look at this thing. That should live. Look at its arms when it runs. Oh, they're so slow. Oh my god. Alright, let's re-roll. I'm very happy with the results of that. Equinox raid. Thank you, Equinox. What's up, Kermit the Frog? What's up, CDX3? We got some amazing corruptions. Check this awful thing out. Look at this Mario. This is just an awful abomination. Thank you, Equinox. I appreciate it. How you doing, man? Good to see ya. Where are you guys coming from? When are you guys streaming tonight? This one's roadkill, by the way. Wow, there's a lot of you guys. Welcome, all of you. Oh, it's from YouTube. I just noticed this is from YouTube. I hope you guys can hear me alright. I usually don't get a lot of people from YouTube, but welcome one and all. I hope you enjoy the couple minutes you guys are over here for. Welcome Sarah Cat, welcome Princess Rose, Lynn Rose. Welcome all of you. I'm doing some Mario Sunshine Corruptions this evening. We're using the Windows Glitch Harvester to create some neat little effects. We've got a couple good ones recently. We've also got this one here, which is a little cockroach Mario. He came out at 7, but I got 2 hours of sleep. Yeah, that reminds me of the Abomination. I ruined Sunshine? I got pretty close. I mean, the effects of some of these are just god-awful. I love it. I would love to play the entire game as a little cockroach. Little Mario cockroach like this guy. I mean, that's just beautiful. Came from Shiny Stream. Cool, cool. Depressing thoughts, don't we all? We had a couple other ones too. We had, like, you know, cool effects. Like, here's Paper Mario. He's paper thin. Like the sun killing the earth. Hey, it can't happen fast enough, right? Real Dad is outright. Welcome, Brandon Firewalker. Good to see ya. How the hell did I do this game? That is a very good question. We've done a hell of a lot. We've messed with the camera. We messed with the objects themselves. We've messed with a lot of stuff. Here's Mario's tool belt, if you're into that kind of humor. What's he storing on that tool belt? You ask me. We got Thick Mario, in case you're in the fan art kind of community. When have I done your speedrun, you know? I hope I can assist you in any way. Corruptions are amazing things. I mean, corruptions could help speedruns. Like, we could find, you know, little exploits here and there that can help you guys out. Yeah, that reminds me of worths. Death is inevitable. Nothing we do matters. It will all be forgotten. We got a fisheye effect. Yeah, there's a couple great music ones too. Guess music called too. Yeah. Here's like a fisheye effect we got going on. A lot of decent corruptions. But Mario Sunshine corrupts in a fantastic way. We were trying to do Pokemon Coliseum a little bit earlier. Didn't work too well, but you can always come back to Sunshine and rely on the fantastic results. Because the Thick Mario is going to help. Oh yeah, actually we had this one. Mario snaps his neck. Nice little animation going on there. Ow. Lots of random writing to the game. Lots of random corruptions. And a whole lot of luck and patience. I like how it kind of flips back and forth too. We got a huge amount of FOV. Those first-person shooter fans out there. Guess we know what happened to Mario Golf? Yeah. Strained it a little too far. What was this first one? Mario Wets the Bed. Oh, it's just an awful sounding one. This one's a little bit of music corruption going on. And yeah, let's see. What I was just doing before you guys stopped by was we were re-rolling this Abomination one, seeing if we can get anything else out of it. We're gonna give that a go real quick. I'm gonna try that a couple times. I dig this one. We keep getting this. It's like a little crab effect. He has a nice little sound to him. He wiggles around. Your ears are dead. Is that a little too loud? Oh, I can turn that down. My bad. That might be better. I don't know. Let me know if it's not. Oh, this one's great. God. That's some neat little shadow corruptions going on. The dog, actually, that is kind of look like a dog. This one. This is awesome. I gotta go have a couple more people to raid. Oh yeah, no worries, man. Thank you for stopping by. And if anyone's ever interested in checking us out again, I'm doing this almost every night. Have a great night, everyone. Enjoy the rest of the streams. That does need to be a screensaver. That would be neat. Died. Be like a nice aesthetic kind of background. Oh, you subbed or followed. I don't have subs yet, but I appreciate the follow if you followed. And we're gonna just do a couple of new ones here. I want to keep re-rolling this huge guy. Yeah, this is on Twitch and YouTube. I'm actually glad I'm still using YouTube because I didn't actually usually get a lot of people over at YouTube, but I'm over on Twitch. Oh, that's what you meant by you subscribed. Gotcha, okay, I appreciate the sub on YouTube. There's the dog one again. Yeah, no, I appreciate it, thank you. Oh, that's a good one. There's a nice stretchy Mario. God, look how huge he is. Now these are like, you know, weight gains. These are goals. You should not stop hitting the gym until you achieve this level of chest, you know, strength. Straight up triangle, alright. Oh! Mario drifts. Okay, cool. Well, welcome on Twitch, Brandon Fire. 1, 2, 3. Look at this guy. We're gonna throw that on the stockpile. We'll call this Drifting Mario. Chips. Oh, that makes me hungry. Dinner tonight. Busy Mario. It's Arcade. I didn't even know I could actually have ads. This one, he's doing the splits inevitably. Infinitely. However you pronounce that.
Mario.
Kinda looks like splits. Or maybe he's just doing really long jumps, like moon gravity. Oh, there's another roadkill. It kinda reminds me of roadkill. This one sounds better, because it has that kind of cockroach sound to it. God. I love the huge ones. This one just looks like a mangled corpse, which is horrifying. But alright. Alright, let's do some fresh corruptions now. So we're gonna clear our history. We're gonna blast the target with a brand new, all new corruption, and immediately we get an upside down screen and a little bit of music corruption, which sounds neat. Same goes to there. We can try increasing the intensity a bit, bring that up a tiny bit. 500,000. Yeah, there we go. Looks like you have the German flag off to his right. And he kind of dances in place. Okay, yeah, no worries. Have a good one, Brandon Fire. Again, yeah, thank you for stopping by. I appreciate it. I hope you have a good rest of your day, man. Oh, that's a loud one. And a buggy one. Thank you. Oh, the vertexes. The lines. They're everywhere. He's a ball of twine, literally. Oh, thank you, Brandon Fire. Got a little bit of a corrupted Game Boy there. Welcome to the corruption streams. And I appreciate it. Oh, Pat. The Church of Mario. It's got a nice little waddle too to him. We can sanitize that one a bit. If you open this in the blast editor, we can real quick try to see if we can knock away those visual corruptions that are like the pants going off in different directions, just like that. Actually removed them just in one fell swoop. We can put that on the stash and throw it on the stockpile and call it Pat. And if we re-roll that, we can see if we do other stuff with that. Yeah, infinite Pope Hat. Yeah, cross on her head. Pope Hat and cross. And a lot of other effects similar to that. Mario's got his hat a little too tight on his head. You can't see his eyes too well. Looks like he's wearing like a really nice. It's like things that you fan yourself with. I don't even know. I guess they're just called fans. And some neat music going on in the background too. Oh no. Got some close-up cams. Oh, Mario's head breaks through the floor, is stuck to the ground for another horrifying image. His legs kind of moving, look neat. Oh wait, that's right, we can jump. God. Alright. I have created hell. I have opened the gates of hell. And this is what you find. It's beautiful, really. It's got some thick hips. Look at those hips. That's not a tool belt he got around his waist. Huh. I don't even know what to make of this. I guess the ocean's drawn above us? Yeah. Anyway. A large flood nozzle on that guy. This one just straight up teleported us. That's kind of neat. And the song needs more cowbell, which we got. I'm happy with that. You know, if you didn't ever see it before, that is actually how the Big Bang was created. The Big Bang, right there. If you play this in reverse, everything goes into nothingness, and then explodes into the Mario Sunshine universe. That's how that universe is created. Lots of flashing lights. Very tiny HUD at the top left. Oh, there's another good one. I was waiting for another Mario stretchy guy. Alright, we're gonna sanitize this a little bit. Open in the blast editor. Remove half of the unnecessary bits here. Let's see if we can preserve the corruption. In this case we do. We'll keep going on in that fashion until we got most of it fixed. I'm gonna see if I can get rid of that flood stretchiness towards the sides of it. Hopefully we can. If we can't, Mario's just got a really fancy bar he's had hold on to. There we go, actually that should get rid of it. Alright, we are nearly finished sanitizing. Sanitizing is very important because it helps us improve the stability of the corruption that we have. And in this case, helps us narrow down exactly what makes Mario stretchy like this, so we can change the value we send to memory and corrupt it in different ways. In this case, we have narrowed down that singular memory right. We're going to send that to the stash. And from here, do I want to keep it like this? I don't necessarily know, because we have one similar to this. We have a couple similar to this, but I do want to reroll this corruption to see if we get different effects out of it. This actually might be the exact same memory address we had earlier, because it looks like a lot of the same things going on. I think that is the case, so we may not actually keep any of these. But it's funny, we ran into that effect twice. Yeah, we're just changing the starting address a little bit. We're going even higher. We'll stick to the same intensity though. One-eyed Mario. Oh, the sound ones. They just sound crusty, to put it simply. Very crusty. Or dark. Like this one. In a good way. Okay, now neck Mario once again. Ooh, I like that. Okay, now that's very pretty. Except for the awful sound. Gorgeous. Ooh. All of his like vertexes are being stretched. That doesn't look very good. Oh, everyone's is. Ugh. Alright. That's a creepy effect. No, let's not do that anymore. We got not only Big Hat Mario, but he's wearing it backwards. So we're gonna keep that one, because that's interesting. We'll sanitize this a little bit. Luckily, it looks like we're getting rid of that flashing effect early on. Does that still have the effect? I don't know what's going on with this hat, actually. This might be a highly hybrid corruption, where a lot of the hat corruptions, sort of culminate together to make this effect. And I think that's the case, so we're actually going to leave this one be. Just because it might be a lot of work to sanitize that one and narrow it out. Oh, we're talking to Peach. Okay. She's all the way over there, but alright. Mario runs at a tilt. Very intense camera angles. This feels like Silent Hill. Look at this. Fixed camera angles. It freaks out if you try going against the camera. Oh, I love it. It's a watery effects, which is nice looking. We're getting a lot of camera ones. This may be right around where the starting address is. I'm gonna go a little bit further again. I may need to go back for some more models in the future, but we'll try in this range for a little bit. Thing I've noticed about Sunshine so far is really you can corrupt very far into the spectrum and still get interesting results. And that's a problem I run into with a lot of other GameCube game corruptions, where you only get this tiny sliver right at the beginning of the starting address that you can actually corrupt, and everything else either does nothing or doesn't have an interesting corruption that you can actually see. So it's a nice like sort of refresher to do sunshine corruptions because of how well they work. Mario's head is kind of concave in this. Alright, we're gonna skip ahead some more. It's not a lot, we're gonna skip way ahead to see what's all the way out here. How Flood's drawn to the screen. Another gigantic Mario. This time Flood's looks like a motorcycle. That's kind of neat looking. I kind of want to keep that. That has a nice aesthetic to it. I keep using the word aesthetic, sometimes not correctly. It looks neat. Let's throw this on the stockpile. Real quick, we'll open in the blast setter and see if we can narrow down the corruption a tiny bit. In this case, we don't have it. Although I do want Flood to kind of do that constant effect. So you know what? We're just gonna throw it on the stockpile as is. Nibble everything. Throw it on the stock. We'll call it Flood Motorcycle. Maybe Blue Ford, how you doing tonight? Good to see ya. There we go. I kind of have a Flood motorcycle going on. Neat looking. We got a lot of fantastic corruptions tonight. I will do a rundown in a couple of minutes. I'm happy with the results though. Mario Sunshine corrupts in a fantastic fashion. It's too bad it doesn't want to run fantastic on this computer, but I imagine back home, I have a little bit of a nicer PC, it's gonna run great over there. So they have a small Minecraft server, that's exciting. Man, I used to do that back in the day. I did Minecraft servers, and then I did Rust servers for Discord buddies of mine, a couple of Discord buddies, and I loved doing it so much. It was so much fun. Every once in a while we'd run into problems, but I am a computer science major, so I love doing that kind of stuff, that kind of networking stuff. I enjoyed it a lot. Are you setting up the server? How are you setting up the server? Are you doing like a personal machine, or are you you're hosting it? Yeah, that is awesome. I wish you all the luck. That is very exciting. How big's your Discord server? Got a lot of people in it. Okay, this one, Mario's kind of invisible. It's kind of cool looking, except he's missing one shoe. It's like invisible, man. Oh, this one Mario's just kind of sad and just walking slowly. Downbeat Mario. Ah, once again we see the glitch harvester sort of pop into the window there. Hey, the Oni Man. Thank you for hosting me. I appreciate it. Good to see you, man. We got some Mario Sunshine corruptions going on tonight. And we have had some fantastic results with it. I will do a quick rundown of everything we got tonight so far. So from the bottom, we have sort of a Flood motorcycle thing going on. Looks like he's got handlebars up at the top. We got Pope Hat Mario. Got a giant Pope Hat. We have Drifting Mario, where how does this affect? This one wasn't as much drifting. About 35 people. Okay, not bad. And yeah, I didn't feel like Realms either. Paying for it, I didn't feel like that. So I feel you right there. We have this giant abomination, which is this gigantic Mario effect. This would be kind of fun to play Mario Sunshine using a giant Mario like this. Huh? Who's I would enjoy it. Next we have Roadkill. Similar effects, but he's upside down. His feet are kind of sticking up like that. It just reminded me of Roadkill. Also, Flood sprays water all over himself. Would be debatably better. You don't have as much control over the server, which I don't care for. Plus, I think you're limited to the amount of plugins and whatnot you can apply to it, right? We have the Ghost of Mario's corpse, which is just a tiny little corpse here, smushed into a small ball, and you're just sort of a ghost that flies around. Next we have Mario the Crab, which is just a little pitter-pattering guy. You can kind of hear the pitter-patter. Sounds neat, in my opinion. I like how it sounded. You go vanilla? Okay, fair. You're one vanilla, yeah. Realms isn't, like, it's not too steep of a price, and they do a decent job. I forget, we added just small mods here and there that we liked. It's not a ton, but vanilla is definitely the way to go. Next we have Mario's tool belt, which is kind of an inappropriate corruption. What are you gonna do? Mario has a tool belt. He's gotta wear it. Thank you, Mr. Odie, man. Have a good night. I hope you had a good stream, and I'll catch you in the next one. I'll be sure to watch some of your VODs. I appreciate the host, man. And we have another Mario Drift. I think I gotta rename. I had one of these Mario Drift. It was Drifting Mario. I gotta rename this. He's like what would you call this? Like a Gravity Mario. Gravity Moon Mario. Moon Mario. There we go. There's my naming process. Next we have Mario Drift, which is this one, which I imagine if you just see Mario running and you just feel like drifting, you got a super quick camera. It has a nice feel to it, you know? Hover Mario. Yeah, Hover Mario works too. Either or. Because he does hover infinitely, doesn't he? Let's see. I wasn't sure if they're really small steps. But yeah, he does hover infinitely. Let's go with Hover. Hover Mario. There we go. Next we have Thick Mario, which if you're into that, here's the corruption for you. You can play this entire stockpile as Thick Mario. Enjoy. You can download the stockpile afterwards and grab that one. Next we have Gelatinous Mario, which is just kind of a curse corruption. I didn't sanitize it too much, it's just this awful looking one. Just a gelatinous mass. It felt kind of like Ghostbusters to me. Then we have Paper Mario. Quite literally, he's as thin as paper. Look at him there. So if you want to play Mario Sunshine as Paper Mario, I gotcha. It's right there. Next we have my favorite my favorite corruption of the stockpile, which is Mario the Cockroach. Now if you see this guy, he's not much. He's a tiny little guy down there. Not a whole lot to look at. But watch him scutter around. I mean, isn't that just adorable? I mean, come on. He's a little cockroach. He can still, you know, do stuff. Talk to this guy. If I can position myself right. There we go. Get going, clean up, I swear, and you feel sad, so you just kind of scutter around and run away. And he's very small and like squished when you look at him when he jumps. Anyways, I love it. I want to play the entirety of Sunshine as Mario the Cockroach. Yeah, they're fantastic. I'm so happy with these Sunshine corruptions. Next we have Mario Trips, where he's just kind of constantly falling into the ground. I might not keep this one, I'm not sure yet. I was only kind of neat because these guys also kind of fall into the ground. I was deciding on that one. Then we have sort of an FOV corruption. Got a fisheye effect. Very hard to navigate, but if you wanted to see as much of Sunshine as possible, like say you only got 10 minutes and you need to see so much of Sunshine, I would recommend doing this fisheye corruption. You can see a lot more. Next we got Sunshine Subway. I think I might remove this one as well. These are some of the early corruptions, so I wasn't sure how well it was going to corrupt, and then I realized it corrupts in amazing fashion. Anyways, this is sort of a corruption. Subway. It's got nice music to it, though. It reminds me of the subway here in Chicago. Next we have Sunshine on a CRT. Kind of reminds me of that CRT static in the background. We have Mario snaps his neck. Which I love this one because his head flops around. Nothing else to it, just snaps his neck. And the music even makes it kind of dark as well. We have FOV, set to the max. If you want to play Sunshine as a first-person shooter, I gotta sanitize this corruption. you can do so with this corruption. And lastly, we have sort of an aesthetic corruption. Might be a little... That's not too loud. Just a nice little look at the ocean underneath the world. It's got a nice music change to it. It's an aesthetic corruption. Those are mostly all the ones we did this evening. We're gonna make some more for sure. I'm only 2 hours in. It's 11:30. I can do a little bit more before I call it. Yeah. We are gonna mess with the starting range a little bit though. We're gonna bring that a little bit down this time. Towards the beginning even. Yeah, we'll roll here a couple times, see if we get anything out of this. Our intensity is fairly high. Not unbearable. Yeah, Clown Mario, who's extremely tired and his back hurts, so he's kind of leaning back all the time. Look at that. Look at that walk animation. He looks so uncomfortable. Oh my god, poor Mario. Oh, god. Oh, alright. Amber doesn't know what it's doing today. Oh, Mario, you're okay after all. Blood talking beer, is this Peach? Oh, it is Peach, okay. Thanks, Peach, for looking out after me. Looking out for me. Oh, it's so loud. Oh, I'm so glad I have a limiter on the stream. Otherwise I would have burst your guys' ears too. As well. Might be too close to the starting address. Oh, well. We're not close enough. So I like the text. Look, the text down there at the bottom. Oh, I can't turn the camera either. I'm just kind of stuck here. There's a bug that has so many legs. Alright. Let's re-roll that one. I don't even want to move on to that yet. Lots of messed up stuff. We may have had the perfect storm with that first one. Yeah, I think so. I don't know what's doing. Let me see. Where? What are you, Mario? God. That is a sad face. Alright, we will move on to the fresh corruption. Screaming in my ear. I love it. Mario's overjoyed for the song when you look at him. Okay, we're gonna bump the starting address up a little bit. Corrupting any core stuff. I want just the models. We'll see if we can get that. I think the good range was 600,000. Knock it back down. stand corrected. That was awful. Alright, do we up our intensity? I think we do. Up it some more. We're gonna change the starting dress a little bit higher, I guess. Not having too much luck here. I'll see how this goes. No hat Mario. Pence guitar Mario. He can just move his shoes. Whenever Mario jumps up, he unleashes the void below him. And it's horrifying. Oh! Jump to create infinite dust cloud. Jump to create an actual representation of the Dust Bowl. So we got like an intense camera, like him in GoldenEye. Every step he's getting held back a little bit. Not bad. Controls are all out of whack. Can't see him though. Another drifting Mario with his vertexes going to infinity. That's with a very far address. Like we were in the 25. Let's try 39. See what's up there. Might be so far outside the range we're not actually affecting anything, and that seems like it's the case so far. Mostly just curious if it does work though. We'll go a little bit further. 49. Nah, nothing. We'll go way towards the end. 68. Nah, nothing out there. Just for experimentation, curiosity. I was curious what was out there. And back to 25,000. What's his hat? Looks like he has a giant top on his head. With like the little pole going off. Got a very long hat again. Alright, I think we will begin wrapping up. I'm gonna try one more here. Just for luck's sake. We got an even longer hat. Alright, we will call it for the evening. I am not gonna do a rundown of the stockpile because I just did that. But feel free if you go back like 5 minutes in case you're jumping straight to the end. 10 minutes, I think. 10 minutes back I did a rundown of the stockpile. You'll see what everything is there. And yeah, let's go ahead and pause this. We're gonna pull up. Actually, I'll keep it playing while I'm pulling up music, unless it starts getting very glitchy. And we're gonna listen to some. I always go to Animal Crossing. I just love the Animal Crossing soundtrack. Jimmy Leaf. Not that one. We're gonna do. 12 AM. Oh, it is that one. Okay, great. we didn't do Pokemon Coliseum. We tried Pokemon Coliseum, and it didn't work out very well. But what we did do was a very good stream of Mario Sunshine. Super Mario Sunshine. So, what I'm doing right now is I'm making sure I save the stockpile, putting it right on my desktop and naming it Mario Sunshine Stockpile. And after the stream, you viewer, download the stockpile yourself off my YouTube archive as soon as I upload that, or as soon as I upload the file, I should say. You can download the stockpile. If you're fairly familiar with the Windows Glitch Harvester, you can re-roll these corruptions, load them in, play with them, do whatever you want with them. Yeah. Let's real quick find someone to stream. Let's find someone to host. Let's see. We're gonna grab someone from Retro, hopefully. Actually, well, let's see. Looks like Pool's online. I'm gonna host Pool. But I gotta say, thank you everyone who was able to stop by for the stream. Whether you're coming in now, you popped in for a second and you checked out the VOD a little bit later, I appreciate each and every one of you. And yeah, I don't think there's anything else to say. I appreciate it though. Yeah, and I'll see you guys in the next one. I don't have plans for tomorrow, but I stream every single day. So we'll figure out something to crop tomorrow.